So here's an example of a kind of dissociated, non-dual teaching around awakening. The teacher is saying something like, all of it is good, all of it. Just don't identify. Just don't identify. What? Identifying is like the main reason that we come into having a body, for goodness sake. I mean, talk about a dissociated, disembodied teaching. Don't identify with it. And yet, okay, I mean, it's a helpful teaching if we're trapped in identifying, which most of us are. So probably it's a really good teaching for most people. But if you wake up to the place that everything is you, still there's this and all the thoughts and feelings of this self, this ego, this person. Even why dismiss it as just a phenomenon or it's empty? This is disembodied, dissociated teaching. On one level, that's true. At that dissociated, disembodied, high consciousness level. But in many, many other levels, no. We experience things as separate, suffering, living beings. And that's part of the enormous richness. That's the problem I have with one-dimensional teachings that just look at a dissociated level and they don't look at this graduated reality that we actually live in, which is part of the full experience of awakening. So I think it's a disservice whenever a teaching starts limiting something or saying something like that. It's all good, just don't identify it. There's two problems there. First, it's all good. No, to the separated suffering part, there's lots of things that are not good, right? And so it's a lie. It's simply a lie. On some abstract level of consciousness awareness, maybe there's a piece that feels it's all good. But does that mean it's all good at every level of consciousness? No. So don't get confused when you hear these kinds of teachings. Remember, everything that you can experience is true. So if you think everything in your life is all good all the time, great. For you, it's all good. But that's not me, and that's also not what the Buddha realized. The Buddha didn't say, it's all good, everything is great and so cool, and the law of attraction and love and light. The Buddha's realization was that life is suffering at the deepest level due to clinging, due to the attachment of a separate self, and the Noble Eightfold Path is the pathway through that. So there's no end to suffering. And yet, who is it that's suffering? There's still suffering, but there's freedom. Perhaps. For who?